Hey guys, it's Gary, your G from GM Explorers, reporting to you once again here from GM headquarters in downtown Orangeville. Well, you may be wondering why I'm standing in the garden in all my finery, and there's a simple reason for that. It's because I'm simply missing my cruising. One of my favourite things when I go cruising is to go for dinner with friends and talk about everything we've done or not done for the day, which is one of the reasons I love cruising, because everyone can do as much or as little as they want. Anyway, that's out of the question at the moment because cruising is not happening until late June probably for most cruise lines now. So instead we're going to have to continue on with our theme of cooking favourite dishes from around the world. Well, today we're actually going to do a GM original, which is inspired by a local orchard here in a neighbouring suburb of Cobitty, which we discovered just the other day. And this orchard specialises in persimmons. And today we're going to make a very special GM exclusive chocolate persimmon chili muffin. So God knows what it's going to taste like, but we're going to give it a go. So come with me, step inside, and let's see if we can make these chocolate chili persimmon muffins. So guys, these are our beautiful persimmons from Kathleen Haven Orchard at Cobitty. Now, this particular variety of persimmon is an astringent type of persimmon, and if you eat them too soon, something like this fella here, which is still firm, you'd never try another persimmon again. It will be vile. You don't do it. But for what we need today with this astringent type, what you really need is one just like this, which is really, really ripe, and you'll see it's got a texture something similar to a water-filled balloon. Absolutely perfect for what we're doing today. So here we go, we're ready to start making our GM Explorers muffin mix. So in the bowl here, I already have 250 grams of self-raising flour pre-mixed with half a teaspoon of salt. To the mix, I am going to add half a teaspoon of fresh grated nutmeg, half a teaspoon of fresh grated cinnamon, and the all-important chili powder, so half a teaspoon of chili powder. Now I would suggest to you initially go with half a teaspoon. You're going to want to do this recipe again, so if it's not enough you can do a bit more next time. If it's too much, then just cut back a bit. I'm a bit of a hothead, I love a bit of chili, so I'm going to go for the half teaspoon. I also then have 50 grams of cocoa powder, so into the bowl we go. 50 grams of cocoa powder. Okay, we're just going to mix this through a bit. Don't over mix things with muffins, you just want them to keep them nice and light and airy, so we're just going to mix that through. And then we're going to add to the mix 100 grams of raw sugar. In we go. And just gently mix that around. And like I say, don't over mix the recipe. For our wet ingredients, we have here 250 mils of milk and 90 milligrams of vegetable oil already ready to go here. Mix that in. And 1 egg already beaten. So at the moment it's still just a normal, very nice little muffin mix, nothing hard. Just mix it in gently. Keep it going. Nice stodgy mix. Okay. Once again, don't overwork it. Muffins you don't want to overwork. Okay, now obviously with this one being a persimmon muffin, we need to add some persimmons into this. Now I've already prepared 2 here. There's 2 just chopped roughly persimmons, but you'll see how they are when I told you earlier, you want to have that wet or full water balloon sort of feel. You can see how it's giving there. So all you want to do, just quickly chop out the top into the bin. And you see how it's all lovely, big, gooey mess. Inside, just squeeze it out. Doesn't matter if you get a bit of skin in there, it's all good. And then just a very rough, very, very rough little chop of your persimmons. There we go. So we've got the 2 we've already done. So we're using a total of 3 of these ripe persimmons here, and remember this is the as I said before, the astringent type of persimmon, so they've got to be mega ripe to be used, otherwise they're just going to be awful. Okay, so that's all in our little mix there together. It's nice, giving a nice little texture going there. Nice and gooey. You sort of want to stick your hands in there and just play with that. Well, I do. And you just want to make sure basically there's no flour left on the side of the bowl. Okay, so that's our mix done. And we're just going to add in now about 100 grams of cooking chocolate. I like to use dark chocolate. So just mix that, just roughly chopped, just with a knife. Okay, so there is our muffin mix. As you can see, that only took a few minutes to mix. You don't want to work it too hard. And now we're just going to spoon it out into our pre-greased muffin tray. You can see here, this amount of ingredients make exactly 12 muffins. So we've got 12 beautiful muffins here ready to go. I'm going to pop these in a preheated oven. This is, we've heated it to 190 degrees and we're going to pop that in for 20 to 25 minutes. You'll be able to tell when the muffins are ready to go. I like to use a normal oven. I don't really like fan force, but if you want to use fan force, then use a temperature of around 170 degrees for the 20 to 25 minutes. So, wish me luck, see how this experiment goes. Here we go. Whilst our muffins are gently cooking away in the oven there, we're going to make the icing for the muffins for later on. So, very simple. All we need at this stage is 100 grams of dark chocolate, 50 grams of butter, and a tablespoon of water, which we are going to just gently let it melt in a little bain-marie we've made just here. And we're going to let that melt down of its own accord, just until before the chocolate finishes melting altogether. So we'll just let that melt down for a minute now. Okay, so whilst our icing is just melting down there, I'm just going to get our muffins out. It's been 20 minutes now, and you can see they're just cooked to perfection. So we're just going to place those over here for a minute, whilst we continue on with our icing. Now, like I said, we just want to get it just before the last of those bits of chocolate melted. So that's just about perfect now. Okay, so we've got our chocolate mix here, which we're just going to put into our processor. Make sure you get every last bit of that yummy, yummy, yummy stuff out. I'll put that in. Okay, so now we're also going to add, don't forget, the chili powder. Very important for our chili muffins. So in goes the half a teaspoon of chili powder. I've got 2 egg yolks already separated here. Nice fresh free-range egg yolks from our next door neighbours. So I'm going to put half of that mix in now, and half of the mix of the icing sugar. So you can just mix this icing sugar through here now. Half of that's gone in there. Okay, and let's start mixing. Okay, so I should have said as well there, with our icing sugar, we've got about 100 grams of icing sugar there. I've only put half of the mixture in at this stage, so we're just going to start mixing that. A nice creamy mix. And then we'll slowly add into the remainder of the eggs, so the second egg yolk. Make it nice and glossy. Yeah, it's coming along nicely, and now the remainder of our icing sugar. Icing frosting is basically done. Just took about a minute, so we can take that off. So, and you can see we've got a beautiful glossy frosting for the muffins. So here it is. This is my famous, well, let's hope it's going to end up being famous, Chilli Persimmon Chocolate Muffin, courtesy of GM Explorers.
Hey, this is Ian from GM. So I'm gonna do the taste bud here. So the moment of truth of these Chilli Persimmon Chocolate cupcake or muffins. It's delicious. It's so moist and it's perfectly baked. Beautiful. Yum.
Yum.